Welcome to this video all about virtual assistant tips in terms of what you can do when you hire a virtual assistant. If you watched my video last week, it was based on 3 tips to help you find a virtual assistant, including some virtual assistant services. If you missed that video, you can watch it right here and then come back to this or watch it after this video. I want to get right to it because this video is hyper-focused on things you can do before you hire a virtual assistant and of course during. I'm glad you landed on this channel. For the best organizing and decluttering advice, please hit that bell below to be notified when I post a new video every Tuesday. Want to get a virtual assistant? Before you do, watch this video. And if you already have one, also watch this video to make sure you incorporate my tips into their process. I'm Jane Stoller. I'm a Life Biz organizer, and I'm so glad you landed on this channel. I've written 2 lifestyle organizing books, and I've been helping for the past decade entrepreneurs and business owners and large corporations get the back end of their business. And now I love helping entrepreneurs get their business organized. The thing you have to do even before hiring an assistant, and if you missed this, you can even go back, is to have a list of tasks that you want them to do. This should be stuff that you should not be doing. You either don't like it, you're not good at it, and you need to get it off your plate, and it's not part of your revenue generating activities. In my last video, I spoke a lot about how in my course, this is the first step we do together is figuring out what tasks you need to be focused on 80% of the time and what needs to either be eliminated, automated, or outsourced to a virtual assistant, for example. I want you to pause this video right now and write down all of the tasks you do in a day related to your business. I do personal too in my course, but let's just do business. Pause the video, write them all down. Now, I hope you've written them down. If not, you can come back to this. But I want you to take a good look at that list, and I want you to highlight a few that you know you shouldn't be doing. These are things that are taking up your time but are not bringing you in sales, but perhaps you have to do them for your business. And I want you to circle those. So they should be done in your business, but they're taking up too much time for you. So circle those ones. Then I want you to go through and scratch out things that you shouldn't even be doing in the first place and you don't need to be doing for your business. And then I also want you to go back to the ones that you've circled now, so not the ones you've eliminated, but those circled ones, and I want you to either put an O or an A beside them. An A means, can you possibly automate these? Can you possibly put them into a system or a software or have a schedule reoccurring or do something to make it automatic? Anything that says an A, automate further. Anything that you put an O beside is outsourceable and needs to be done likely by a human. And that human can be your virtual assistant. Now, my second step relates to my first. So take the tasks that you have an O beside, and I want you to further break down each process or step that completes that task. It's really important that you have a process because that virtual assistant isn't going to know your business like you do and will not be able to jump into that task without clearly defined details on the process. If you need a document to help you map processes, please email me at jane@organizedjane.com and I will send you a simple template on how to input processes, but you need this. And especially if you switch assistants or you grow, somebody else takes that role, you want to be able to simply pass off that document and say, this is the process. The third tip I have is you need to onboard them. This is vital for anybody coming into your organization. But you want to make sure, even if they're virtual and you think, oh, they're not a big part of my business, they really are. You want to make sure they understand your company culture, what other employees are there. You can share your goals, your vision. Really important that they also feel a part of the team because they are perhaps even putting things out into social media or into other networks. So you really want to make sure they have a clear idea of who you are, what you stand for, and also make them feel a part of the company. So onboarding is really important. And my last and final tip has to do a lot with just their continued development and also, just like you would any other employees, have a system for weekly check-ins, whether it may be daily if it's really busy or whatever the task may be, but have a system in place to make sure you have these touch points, even virtual, that how the work is doing, if there's changes, did the focus change, maybe they have different ideas to do something more efficiently. So I have a standing virtual Zoom call with my virtual assistant for 10 minutes every Friday just to make sure what videos are coming up, what's going on, and keep them informed. Of course, perhaps you can't always make that, but having that calendar invite really helps to keep your virtual assistant and yourself connected and keep some kind of system. Those are my super quick tips. Again, if you want to find my top places to find a virtual assistant, please watch my video from last week that I recorded. You can watch it right here, and it's also a very quick 5-minute video on my top 3 places to find a virtual assistant. If you like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and consider subscribing. And I will see you next Tuesday.